We start with Costa being filmed by Dax, talking about his friend Thomas's birthday and how this is Project X. They go inside Thomas's house and meet Thomas's mother, who says he is upstairs in the shower. Costa talks about Thomas's birthday party that night, saying they have to make it epic. Costa promises to take care of everything and says Dax will
make us look pimp.
Thomas's parents are going away for their anniversary. His father lays down ground rules. He can have some people over, but only 4 or 5. His office is out of bounds. Don't mess with the swimming pool heater, and the Benz is off limits. Dax spies on Thomas's parents talking. His mom is worried about leaving him alone, but his dad says they don't need to worry about Thomas because
he's a loser.
Thomas blows out his 17 birthday candles and his mom gives him the keys to the minivan as a gift, but it's only for school runs. When the parents leave, Costa howls with joy and says, "It's on." On the way to school, Thomas is starting to worry about the party. Costa tells him not to bitch out. Costa needs the party to be big so he can gain popularity. Thomas and Costa meet their pal JB. They are all social outcasts, invisible to the popular kids. Thomas yields but says 50 people max, just enough to be cool. In class, Costa, being the dick he is, ignores Thomas's wishes. He sends out a mass text about the party to everyone in the class, and news of the party spreads like herpes in the Playboy Mansion hot tub. Costa and Dax see Thomas heading to talk with pal Kirby on the bleachers. Thomas mentions the party and Kirby says she might attend. Kirby mentions she has a present for his birthday that she might bring to the party. Later, Costa goads Thomas into asking Alexis, the hottest girl in school, to the party and shows him how it is done by approaching as many kids as he can. Thomas asks Alexis to come. They head to the supermarket to buy supplies for the party. Costa shoplifts some small condoms and bottles of liquor. At the checkout, they see Miles, who is a popular young sports star. They mention the party only to find out that's where he will be going, as he heard it will be lit. Miles promises to bring a bunch of liquor and people with him. The group heads out to buy drugs. They go to the house where Costa's drug dealer T. Rick lives. He invites them inside and they buy some weed. Costa hands Dax T. Rick's indoor garden gnome to steal, thinking the party needs a mascot. As they go to leave with their weed, T. Rick runs out and demands his gnome back, breaking the windshield with his fist. He jumps onto the hood when Thomas drives off, but soon slides off. Costa promises Thomas he can fix the windshield as he has a cousin who owns a body shop. They arrive back at Thomas's to find out Costa hired 2 12-year-olds, Everett and Tyler, to work security for their party. Thomas is shocked by it, but Costa says they are badasses. Costa and JB go around the neighborhood, telling the neighbors that there will be a party, that they will try their best to keep it down, and to call them if there are any issues. Thomas shows JB the layout and the bouncy castle that Costa rented for the party, along with a few other inflatables. Costa also made some signs for the pool. Thomas tells Costa he wants to keep people outside and absolutely no one should be in the house. JB idiotically tries to lose some weight on the treadmill before the party. Of course, Costa speeds it up until he falls off. He lands hard. 9 p.m. rolls around. The party has started, but it's just Dax, Thomas, JB, Costa, and Kirby there. Nobody has showed and Thomas feels foolish. Costa tells him to chill. JB comes down smartly dressed in a suit and Kirby approves. They hear multiple car doors shut and go to look outside. People are arriving. A lot of people, including Alexis. The party starts pumping and people are drinking, dancing, and having a great time. A group finds Thomas's dog Milo and tie him to a bunch of helium balloons, lifting him high in the air. Thomas sees this and freaks out. With Kirby's help, they pull him back down. They go in the house to put Milo in his dad's office, but by this point, Everett and Tyler have been unable to keep people out of the house. Thomas tries to get people out, but they just cheer him when he tries to say something. He lets it go, assuming nobody will mess up the house much. Roger, one of the neighbors Costa spoke to, angrily arrives and tells them to shut the party down or he will call the cops. Everett tasers him and then Roger punches Everett back. Roger says he will definitely call the police now. Roger storms off pissed. Costa talks to Everett and asks him to stake out Roger's house to make sure he doesn't call the police, telling him he's the man for taking that punch. In the backyard, Costa jumps into the pool in his underwear and JB pushes Thomas in as well. A girl tries to get in and Costa points out the naked girl's only sign. To his surprise, she takes off her top. They can't believe their luck. Before long, the pool is filled with topless girls. Thomas and Costa are shocked by the bounty of partially naked women around them. Thomas does shots with Alexis. She wipes some lime and salt on his neck, then makes him put the lime wedge between his teeth. She licks his neck, does the shot of tequila, then grabs the lime with a kiss, giving Thomas a chance to make out with her. Just when it's his turn, Costa tells him his parents are calling. Thomas races to take the call in his dad's office and takes it on speaker. His dad berates him for missing calls on his cell, but Thomas lies and says he was in the hot tub. His dad warns him not to get too crazy. Thomas says not to worry, he is going to bed soon. His dad hangs up and Thomas sighs in relief, looking out to the raging party outside. Kirby is playing beer pong when an older guy shows up, claiming he just wants to party. He plays with Kirby and downs some brew. Costa is radioed by Everett saying that Roger is arguing with his wife about calling the cops. Everett has broken into Roger's house and is hiding out inside. Costa is shocked that the kid is taking his job a little too seriously. Kirby finds Thomas and pulls him away to his bedroom. She gives him his present, a photo of them when they were younger before Costa moved into town. Thomas suddenly kisses her, then apologizes, and says that was awkward. Kirby says it is okay. They proceed to make out on his bed. Everett returns and says the cops are coming and tells everyone to get in the back and be quiet. The cops arrive and Thomas and Costa downplay the party. The cops want to look around, but Costa says they cannot search the premises without just cause. The cops back down, tell them to keep it quiet and that they will not want them to come back. They leave and Roger gives them the finger from across the street. Costa gives it right back. They return to the backyard where everyone has stayed silent. Costa screams, "To the break of dawn, yo!" Everyone cheers and the party kicks off again. The party is really starting to get out of hand now. A skateboarder doing tricks crashes through a window, and of course Costa promises he can fix that too. Miles takes T-Rex's gnome and destroys it with a baseball bat. It explodes, revealing it was filled with ecstasy tabs. Thomas goes and tries to make a confessional tape for his parents explaining what happened. He explains he wanted to be cool for one night, he just wanted girls to notice him. Costa busts in and tries to comfort him, but lets it slip he put the party on Craigslist and contacted other sources to make the party big. He just wanted Thomas to have a good night. JB and Costa try to keep Thomas from being depressed, so Costa gives him a pill and Thomas takes it. That should sort his mood out. Thomas is pulled aside by Alexis and they go up to his room. Everett is in the bathroom filming. Alexis strips to her bra and panties and they proceed to make out. Alexis takes off her bra and they are about to. Then the door opens. Kirby comes in and is shocked that Thomas would be with another girl after what happened earlier. Thomas tries to explain, but Kirby runs off. Alexis realizes what happened and quickly dresses, disgusted that he would do that. Thomas races after Kirby to apologize, but she is having none of it and leaves. So does Alexis, super mad at what Thomas did. Thomas, off his tits, and somewhat sad by the turn of events, stands on the roof and watches the madness below. Costa and JB come and join him. They hear a news chopper that is filming the party. Thomas looks up at the chopper and gives it the middle finger. The crowd sees the three of them and cheer Thomas's name. "Is this big enough to be cool?" Thomas asks Costa. Costa smiles, "A game changer," he says. Thomas jumps off the roof onto the bouncy castle that partially deflates, sending up a cheer from the crowd. Everett, meanwhile, is in a parked car, scared out of his mind about how the party has gone off the rails. "God help us," he says. The police are back and this time the crowd start pelting their car with bottles. The police beat a hasty retreat. Thomas sees a news report on the telly about his party being out of control and finds it funny until he sees his dad's Benz being driven into the pool. "Naked, I hope." Costa looks at the car in shock and says, "I can't fix this. I can't fix any of this." Next thing they know, a man with a flamethrower is outside setting fire to the trees and the neighborhood just as the SWAT and riot squad arrive. It's T-Rex wanting his gnome back. T-Rex starts burning cars and trying to burn the police who are using rubber bullets to stop him. The police switch to real ammo to stop him and hit his tank, which half explodes. T-Rick runs into Roger's sweet Airstream, which promptly blows up. The street is starting to look like a war zone and the boys are shell-shocked. The kids start scattering and the fire department starts dousing the house with a helicopter. If the house was salvageable before, it isn't now and is totally destroyed. Thomas and the boys go back in to find the dog, and when they find it, they head into the street, which is utter carnage. Roger has lost it and is out in the street shouting at the boys, telling them they owe him a tree. Everett and Tyler come running out of nowhere and tackle Roger, taking him down and beating on him, much to Costa's approval. They soon run off as the police sweep the street, and the last thing seen is a stolen police horse being ridden through the neighborhood. In the morning, the boys are at the school bleachers. Everett and Tyler are with them and are planning revenge on Roger for calling the cops. Costa tells them to shut up and go home. They don't get paid when they ask, seeing as the house was destroyed. Costa calls them the worst security ever. Costa heads home with JB, saying he'll call a lawyer to see what's up. He does note that regardless what happens, they had one hell of a night. Dax heads off as well, filming Thomas from a distance, with his dog not knowing what to do. Thomas is apologizing to his father for what happened. His dad berates him for the damage caused by the party, saying it will wipe out his college fund. His dad says he never knew he had it in him and gives him a brief and slight proud smile and asks how many people showed up. Thomas says 1,000 to 1,500 people. His dad's anger returns and he says, "You're still screwed," as they watch the Mercedes being hoisted out of the swimming pool. Thomas goes to school on Monday in his burned minivan. He tells Costa that he is being charged with 6 offenses and he is under house arrest while they live in a hotel until the house is fixed. Costa notes that he got a lawyer and even he thinks they're screwed. Thomas, JB, and Costa walk down the halls where everyone cheers them on for the crazy party. The three smile, getting the popularity they craved. Thomas sees Kirby, she rolls her eyes and leaves. Thomas follows her out and apologizes for what he did. Kirby said he really hurt her. He says that he destroyed his house, bankrupted his parents, and put his future in question, but the only thing he wants is to fix things with her. Kirby sees he is genuinely contrite and forgives him. They kiss and Thomas asks if they are cool. "I never thought you were cool," Kirby jokes. And that wraps up this synopsis. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If not, let us know in the comments. Take care and party on.